Are you ready?
Hey everybody, this is Christine DeGraff of My Music Hangout. We're here with the School of Rock. It's kind of loud and crazy here. They just got off stage, and I'm going to turn it right over to Linda Hefferman. You're on, Linda.
All right, so I'm backstage. This place doesn't quite know what hit it. There's water bottles everywhere. There's people everywhere. There's kids screaming. It's really hot and sweaty with almost 100 teenage bodies in here, but the energy is just incredible. So I'm not going to take up much time. I want to turn it over immediately to Zeke, who is our music director, who just directed that last band, Group 3, and let you guys talk to him, because they're the ones that make the magic happen along with the kids. So here's the earphones.
Sure.
Hey, Zeke.
Hey, everybody.
I could just tell you that I've been blown away for the past 4 hours. So that was incredible.
Well, thank you. I mean, we got Andy and Rick and I, have been having a really good time with these kids. You couldn't ask for a more amazing group of musicians to be working with, and it's really hard to put it all into words right now. I mean, it's just everything has been so magical this whole time, and just watching what these kids are bringing to the table, I mean, it's mind-blowing. I've been doing this for 5.5 years, and I'm still bowled over by it. I mean, it's my first AllStar tours, but this is just amazing, absolutely amazing.
So
we got a lot of comments about the song choices. How I was told that you guys are the ones that choose the songs for the students. How do you choose?
Well, there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, a big part of it is after we do our audition process and we're looking at the kids that we're working with and we're watching their videos, you get a really good sense of sort of what they're about and what they're going to bring to the table, and you try to capitalize on it as much as you possibly can, and when I hear a girl that's got a super strong voice that can push that soul, I know that I want her on an Aretha Franklin song. When I've got a singer who's got a real sultry croon, then I know I want him to do something kind of like Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, or when I've got a guy with an amazing stage presence, that's when we do something like Willie the Pimp, because I know he's going to make it more than just a song. He's going to make it a theatrical performance, and the same kind of goes with our drummers and bass players and guitar players. You just look at what they bring to the table and what makes them an individual, and how do you make them shine? Instead of making a mold that they have to fit to, you build your set around them. And I mean, of course, and as a director, we're going to bring some of our own flavor. And I won't lie, there's a lot of songs that I really love that I need top-notch musicians to do. So I'm like, oh, you're going to do this one because this is a favorite, and you're going to do this one because it's a favorite. But it's a big deal to make sure that we're making sure these kids are bringing out those things that make them unique and special, and not trying to force them to be who we want them to be. At least for me.
That's really, I mean, I love the song choices. What do you guys think? We've got a bunch of people here. We've got a couple musicians here from Google+. By the way, I'm Christine, and my co-host is Alex. And with us we have Ars Nova. They're down there. And we have Gavin Wolfe. And we have Sudesh, all the way from... Where are you from, Sudesh? I always ask him that, every time. He's muted. But what did you guys all think? I mean, the quality blew me away. That was one of the things, the quality of the stream. But these kids, I was like flipping out that they were kids, and they sounded so professional, and they sounded so awesome, and they didn't look scared at all, too. That was another thing. Definitely.
I mean, these guys have been doing this for a while, so.
Yeah, they're professionals.
This doesn't surprise me anymore.
So, are we going to get to meet some of them? Are they?
I think so. I think Mark was trying to grab a couple of them to talk to y'all. So, hopefully, they should be here real soon.
Hey, Gavin, unmute yourself. Ask some questions.
I think it would be interesting to hear it from other musicians what they thought. I mean, to me, I'm just like, oh, it's music. It sounds good to me, but I'm not. I'm not a music aficionado. I don't really know. So yeah, it would be great to hear from Gavin, who's a musician himself.
I was really, really impressed with the entire thing. There's a few things that I noticed right away. For example, timing. Their timing was just impeccable. The guitarists were just fantastic. totally got guitar envy over here watching them. I'm like, oh man, I got so much more to learn. So I had a great time watching it. I watched it for almost the entire time straight, and yeah, those kids, man, they got one heck of a future if they decide to go that way. They better, 'cause they won't.
How about you guys, Chris and Kat? What'd you think? Chris and Kit. Sorry. Kit Kat.
Absolutely impressed.
Man,
I started watching it about near the beginning of the second group, and
quiet. This is. Yeah, come in.
absolutely.
I wish I could perform that young.
So, Zeke, how long did you guys plan for this? Like, how long did they practice for the AllStars?
Well, we did our audition process in March, and at the end of March, beginning of April is when we kind of let them know that they were going to be a part of this, and I assigned them their songs in May, but the first time they actually got into a room together was Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're kidding.
No, we had 2.5 days. 2.5 days of rehearsal to pull this thing together.
Because they come from all different schools, is that right?
Yep, my group's from all over the country. I got kids from Seattle, I got kids from New York, kids from Austin, and Cleveland. I mean, we're all over the place.
And
What
Seattle.
were some of the ages of the people performing, of the kids performing tonight?
In this groups, I think we have all the way from, 13 to 18?
Miranda's 12.
Oh, I'm sorry, 12. 12 to 18.
Wow. And how much experience do some of those kids come to the school with? I mean, do they already know how to play music at that point, or is this brand new to them?
Well, the kids that you saw tonight, they've been doing this for quite some time. But as far as the students that come to our school, I mean, we take kids that have never touched a guitar, never touched a microphone, never touched a keyboard, and just start at the ground and take them on that journey from the beginning.
Oh,
Well, now I'd have to argue that at the age of 12, she couldn't have been doing it for that long. So.
Well, our youngest performer in my group, Miranda, who is 12, I thought she was 13, but apparently she's 12. So
She was awesome. She really was.
she's great, and she's been at our school here in Seattle for about 2 years now. But she comes from a musical family. Her mom's also a singer, and so she's probably been singing since she could talk.
Wow.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So what? How long have you been a music? You're the music director in Seattle. How long have you been doing that for the School of Rock?
Well, I've been teaching at the school for 5.5 years, and I've been the music director for 4.
So what initially drew you to the School of Rock?
It's actually interesting. I was in a band with a guitar player that was teaching there, and I was working for an amp company at the time, and he asked me to fill in for some lessons for him in the evenings after I got off work. And I went into my first lesson, sat down with this young man, and we worked on some Rolling Stones songs. And just watching him kind of like learn how to explore music and watching these connections happen and watching him get excited and watching the joy as he learned how to play these songs, I just had that moment where it's like, this is where I'm supposed to be, and you just knew it, and it was just, something felt right, and I went and told my boss I was leaving my full-time job to go teach for 5 hours a week at the school, and I've never looked back since. It's just, it gives you that feeling of doing something a little bit more important than soldering an amplifier.
Absolutely. I love that. That's a great story. So we really appreciate that, that you're bringing this to the world, really, and JBTV and all the work that was done. One thing we were really, I think, blown away by is we kept noticing that the kids kept talking about, to sign up for the lovehopstrength.org, and actually Alex and I both signed up while we were watching, so definitely love it that they're involved in that.
Well, I think that music is such a huge part of our lives, and it's such a positive thing for us, and if we can use that as a tool to help people and to try to make this world a little bit better than we found it, then we're almost obligated to. The school is such a special place, and it's all about growth through music and about making people feel comfortable and grow as human beings, and not just become good musicians, but become good people. And if we can use our talents and our skills to try to help other people, then we have to, you know. And I think our kids fully embrace that, and it's one of the reasons they're so special.
Oh, we've got kids popping in behind you.
Oh yeah, that's Jack back there.
Hey guys.
Hey, Jack. How are you?
Yeah, can you hear him?
Yeah.
They asked how you were.
Oh, I'm good. How are you? Good?
Can we put Jack?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, let me get Jack on here. You guys could talk to him for a second. You don't
All
want to talk to me.
We want the kids.
Get in here, man.
Still sweating from the gig.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
Hey
Hey,
there,
guys.
Jack. How are you?
Hey. Good. How are you doing?
Good. So you just came off the third team?
Yeah, Group 3.
Wow. So how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty excited, pretty pumped.
You were awesome. Which instrument were you playing?
I was playing the bass, the Rickenbacker.
Okay. Yeah, we were blown away. I mean, I
Oh,
loved it
thank
how
you.
the teams kept coming in and out, you know, changing up people, and it was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I felt, you know, this is our first gig and all, and the chemistry we had together was really it astounded me. I mean, we had 2 practices together, and the way we played on stage was just incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing. Gavin, what do you think of that?
Oh man, I'm blown away. You guys just rocked. How many people were in the audience? Could you tell?
I couldn't tell. I mean, both groups, so the other teams were there. So, you know, it was kind of that private audience, but I mean, they felt the energy just as much as we did, and you know, we fed off of them, and it was really cool.
Oh man, that is awesome. So looking back now, what would you say your favorite parts were? I mean, when you're going out there, you're looking at the audience. You know, did you have a rush of energy? I mean, what were you thinking at the time?
Oh yeah, a huge rush of energy. I mean, I got out there and I was like, whoa, you know, and this is my first All-Star tour, so I was, you know, the first time going out there, my first song I've ever played was Supernaut, and I went out there and like, oh my God, this is actually happening. This is really, really cool.
Oh, that is so awesome. It's a heck of a rush.
Yeah, it really is.
And when do you go on to House of Blues? What is that, tomorrow?
I believe, yeah. No, I'm sorry, that's Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
We play Beat Kitchen tomorrow, and then, yep.
And
You
then
guys should be really proud of
Lollapalooza?
yourselves. You guys just
Yeah,
did
they should.
fantastic.
Yeah, excuse me?
You should be very proud of yourselves right now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very
Definitely tell everybody, you know, everybody that was in your group and all the groups that, you know, they have a lot of new fans now for sure. So we were very impressed.
Oh, thank you guys so much. So.
Christine, how many people did you say were watching the stream? Did you get a count on that?
According to the live stream, there were definitely a couple hundred watching.
A couple hundred watch.
A
That's
couple
awesome.
hundred. Yeah, for the entire time, it never seemed to drop off. Now I don't have, you know, the actual stats. They were just the visible ones, but it definitely was a couple hundred the whole time. So.
God, that's really cool.
Yeah, it is
Wow.
cool. All around the world.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Awesome.
Man, your first gig, you just performed in front of a couple hundred people. That's awesome. That really
Yeah, that's
is.
not bad at all, man.
My first gig, I was in front of like 5 people, and I was shaking like a leaf, and you just nailed it. You guys should be really proud of yourselves. Convey that message to everybody over there.
I will. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll put Linda back up.
All right, we'll talk to Linda for a while. But thank
All right,
you,
thanks,
and
guys.
enjoy the rest of the tour.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah.
So if you guys have just a couple more minutes, we've got Andy Levenberg, who's the music director for the School of Rock Chicago, and this whole thing is happening in his backyard. So if you'd like to talk with him, I've got him right here.
Absolutely.
All right, let's put him on. So these are, if you turn it into your ear, then it'll actually stay in.
Okay. Hi.
Hey, Andy, you know you're about the 10th person to wear those earphones, just to let you know.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm a musician. I'm not not picky about cleanliness. Rock and roll, you know.
So you were Team 2? Is that what you?
Yeah, I'm the director for Team 2.
They were really, really good.
Cool, thank you.
Definitely love the song choices as well.
Thanks. I like to think a little outside of the mainstream and, try to give the kids songs they've never had to learn before so that they are learning in this process too.
And did they also have just like 2 days to practice?
Yep. We came in a day earlier and we ended practice a day earlier. So, yep, we still had the same amount of time, and it's hectic and it's a fast pace, but that's what this program is about. It's an accelerated learning program.
I was impressed. We were talking to them, 15 minutes before, the whole event was starting, and everybody there looked so calm. And, here me and Alex are freaking out, and, we weren't even there, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we've, the music directors and the teachers at the Chicago school, I can definitely speak for. We've logged thousands and thousands of gigs, and we've, done this in tons of different sized rooms, tons of different sized audiences. So, there's never any problem that the show must go on, and it will, So we just take everything in stride, and the kids are unflappable too. These are kids who you can put in almost any situation, and they are just cool as cucumbers and ready to rock.
It looks like it. It looks like it. That definitely impressed me. What's it like? You're from Chicago. You're the music director in Chicago. When you found out that the AllStars were going to be at JBTV, was that like a score in your book, or?
Yeah, for sure. And actually, we've worked with Greg from JBTV came and talked to our kids one time at the school. We were doing a Chicago rock show of just local Chicago bands, and he's been around in a bunch of bands, and so he came and talked to the kids, and the kids learned one of his band songs, so we've, I've been here once. I saw Arctic Monkeys here one time, and that was a great experience. So I was preparing the kids by telling them how cool the stage was and how great the sound was, and preparing for all the cameras flying around the room, which is something that, they've played a bunch of shows, but I don't know if too many of them have actually experienced something like that.
Yeah, I think when they watch it, they're going to be really blown away. I mean, it was incredible to watch.
Yeah, I was in the control room for a couple minutes too after our set, and that was incredible to watch for me. That's a really cool environment.
So that you said that they've only been playing for a few days together. How much? I mean, did they sleep at all? Because they look like they've been playing together for years, quite honestly.
Yeah, it's very long days of rehearsal, and I always tell them rehearsals for work. We're gonna have fun later on stage, and they're always excited to get to meet new friends and some of their old friends if they were on tour last year and they haven't seen them since last year. But rehearsal's all about work, and we run a song in one room, and we run vocal harmonies in another room, or rhythm section in another room, and but a lot of it too takes place. The kids. I put the responsibility for arranging the songs kind of on the kids. I assigned them song captains, and the song captains were, help in arranging vocal harmonies and guitar parts. And so a lot of that stuff is done by the kids through email and social media. I know a couple of the girls Skyped and worked out harmonies before they had ever met each other in person. And so they come in and they know their stuff when they come in.
How long did they have to know? How long did they know what songs that they were going to be performing?
I believe that we gave them that info in May. So I think about 2 months, little under 2 months.
And I also noticed that some of them seemed to be changing instruments as they would kind of move around and whatnot. Was that just my imagination, or are they actually playing different instruments?
We have a lot of multi-instrumentalists on tour, and we put them to work on everything they know. And it's part of at School of Rock. It's part of the environment is that even from Rock 101, which is the beginner program, on it's I need a bass player. Come here. You know, I'll show you how to do it. Or, you know, I need some backup singers. Yeah, you can sing. You know, come over here. I'll show you what to do. So, and in that environment, the kids pick up instruments. Kids learn so fast that, you know, they just pick them up. I think kids sometimes kind of can see the bigger picture musically in learning better than adults can, and so what they learn on one instrument is instantly transferable to another instrument. It's just something in how they learn.
I noticed that too. It was amazing that they, you know, were switching in and out, and you know, and you had a lot of different instruments too. I noticed, you know, can you name some of them? I know you had the violin, you know, like
things
you wouldn't necessarily expect in a rock band.
Yep. Group 3 had a violin. One of my keyboard players played a talkbox solo during the set, which is like the Peter Frampton guitar thing with the tube in the mouth. But he figured one out he hooked one up with his keys and uses it for an effect in the Daft Punk song that we did. On last year's tour, actually, this is a very funny story. I had assigned a kid a theremin part on a song we were doing, and I wrote it under keyboards when I assigned them the list, and I just expected them to find a keyboard patch that sounded like a theremin and learn the notes. And I showed up for the first rehearsal, and the kid had a theremin and was playing it.
Oh, see, nice. I don't even know what a theremin is. Alex, do you?
That's the spooky one with the antenna that they play like this with the antenna, and okay. Yeah, like horror movie music and Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. That's that sound.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's always fun to watch someone play it because they got their hands in these really cool positions and whatnot, and they're moving around. They look like they're dancing with their hands as the music is just magically coming out of it. It's really spectacular to see someone who knows how to play it well.
Yeah. Yeah, I was astounded. I was like, you know how to play that? And she was like, yeah, well, I learned the song.
But Chris, you said your favorite song was your favorite song, the Daft Punk song? Uh-oh, we can't hear that.
Oh, weird.
Sounded like a Daft Punk record for a second there.
You sound like Mickey Mouse. Oh, well, we'll have to come back to you, Chris.
That's strange.
So the only instrument I noticed that we seemed to be missing was the cowbell. We gotta have the cowbell.
Need more cowbell.
Oh yeah, we had a little bit of cowbell in our set.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So then nothing was missing.
Yeah, we have a cowbell. We have all kinds of. Over in the side there was a little percussion station. The kids were, you know, congas and maracas and of course cowbell. Wouldn't be a rock show without a little cowbell.
Need the cowbell.
That's awesome. We had lots of comments. I think we ended up like close to 400 comments on the event. People were just blown away. That's all I can really tell you is, you know, they were. Here, I'm gonna put up a couple real quick so you can read them. Mark says, yep, he says, they blew his mind. The guitar players nailed it. To pass that along, Jennifer says, Team 2 was incredible. The songs were great.
All right. Thanks, Jennifer.
And then she said the chemistry was like they had been playing together for years. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and that's the thing that is, you know, that's the most mysterious part, but also the coolest part. It's they just roll with it, and they're so pro about it. I mean, that's what pro players do. Is they walk into a situation and they nail it, and that's what these kids do.
Yeah, you know, one thing did they make any mistakes? Can you tell us? I didn't notice any. I didn't see any. If they did, they really played it off well.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, it's a tour, and they get to play places like JBTV and Lollapalooza. But it's also a learning environment, and that's what its real goal is. It's an advanced learning curriculum, you know, and you learn on tour. Yeah, they certainly make mistakes. They generally, you know, there's never any train wrecks with these kids because they're so great. And we every morning we meet at the hotel and we go over last night's set and we talk about, you know, trying to eliminate those mistakes, not necessarily the specific mistakes, because the kids are good enough that they know the songs backwards and forwards, but it's more the environment of being on stage and like, you know, feeling each other and thinking the same thing at the same time and focus, stuff like that. You know, most of their mistakes are momentary lapse in focus or having difficulty hearing themselves on stage in that kind of environment. And, you know, so it's more generalized things of using the microphones correctly and stuff like that. Yeah, it's stuff that if you didn't study the songs, you probably wouldn't notice. But the kids are so good at recovering, and the band is so good that you know, even if one person makes a slight misstep, the band is right there. So
Awesome. Gavin, you have any questions? Or Chris, can you talk now?
I don't know. Is it working correctly
Yes,
now?
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Oh, good. Questions? Comments?
Any questions, comments?
yeah, you guys like that Daft Punk arrangement?
I did like
Yeah,
the Daft
absolutely.
Punk.
That's a fantastic
Yes.
album. I was happy to hear that.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. We over the course of rehearsal, because trying to play an electronic song live is, you know, presents a lot of challenges. And over the course of rehearsal, it started to develop this like kind of 70s LA vibe to it, with the, you know, with the guitar tones and stuff. And we just went with it. You know, we started. It kind of started to meld into something else that wasn't the Daft Punk song anymore, but it's the song as a template. But you know, to perform it live, you have to kind of rearrange it, because it's impossible to get those sounds that they get on the record, and you know, and that like precision of a computer. So, but I think it's kind of cool. I kind of like this, what it's turned into a lot. It's very interesting, and it's very cool, and the kids are like, you know, totally digging it. So.
Got a few more comments here. See, Dorian says, great music, great execution, and he was pleasantly surprised by the song choices. Definitely agree with that.
Yeah, that's most of these kids have learned every Led Zeppelin song there is, and every Pink Floyd song there is, and every Who song there is, and so you have to dig deep, you know, and get some deep cuts and expose them to new music.
Rob Jacobson says it's so cool to see the passion that everyone involved with the School of Rock has, and can we get one for us older peeps? I definitely agree with that.
Hey, you're welcome. Stop by your local branch. They probably have an adult program. We have one in Chicago, and it is great. And you know, the adults come in. It's a very similar program. We take all skill levels. They get private lessons, and they get we put them into bands, and they rehearse, and we book shows at clubs, and they have a blast.
That sounds fun. What do you think, Alex? You want to try it?
Yes, I do, actually. I have a newfound love for the violin.
Yeah, come on by. We had a violin player in our adult program.
We are both newbies though. I don't know. Don't put me on the microphone though. I don't think I can sing very good.
No, I am not a vocalist.
How do the kids typically juggle school? Do they get school credits for going to the School of Rock, or is it just off hours and summers and holidays, weekends, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, School of Rock is like an after-school program. They don't get credit. Some of our kids, some of our more advanced kids, do things like they're summer camp counselors for you know, when we have younger summer camps and stuff. And some of them get like I think the Chicago Public Schools call it service credit, I think, that they're required to do. Some of them do stuff like that, but yeah, we're an after-school program. Yeah, they don't actually get school credit. We do, you know, a recommendation from the music director isn't a bad thing for their college applications. I have a couple of the kids in Team 1 are going to Berkeley next year.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm in Berkeley, so feel free to set them up with my Google Plus account, and that would be awesome.
Cool.
So what are you guys doing? Are you having a little after party tonight, or what are you going to do?
Well, the kids are mostly, more than partying, the kids are interested in eating. So what we're going to do is order them a ton of food, and hopefully it will be enough, because, 75 kids have quite an appetite, and it's, and they're usually hungry soon after they eat, too. It's, so that's pretty much the plan. I think we're going to load the bus and get some chow.
Sounds like a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations on an awesome event, and good luck with the rest of the tour.
Well, thank you so much. You want to get back on, Linda? I'm going to pass these off to Linda real quick. So thanks. Nice chatting with you guys.
Nice to chat with you, too.
Good to meet you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Andy.
Was that fun? Now you're internet.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How are you?
We're exhausted. We're exhausted for you guys, I think. Is what it is.
We're a lot of kids.
Yeah, I haven't been on a real band tour, as a musician, but I can imagine that it must be somewhat like this, although we're staying in a better hotel, and there's this cast of people that are making sure that everybody is fed well, and they have enough water all the time, and, is this your yo-yo, and whose sticks are these? That doesn't happen on a real tour, I'm sure, when you're on your own. It's like we're kind of taking care of them before we send them out into the world. But
well, if they get famous enough, then they can, choose their color of M&Ms in the, in the green room and all of that stuff. So
that's right. Exactly. So I would like to I know there's a lot of people that are out there watching, and I haven't been able to really pay that close of attention to the world that you have created out there and brought to us, and I just want to thank everybody and everyone who's been watching and engaging, and those of you who've been tirelessly communicating with everybody. Thank you so much. This day has been so incredibly magical, and you guys have made that happen. And I would love to find out, I'd love to actually know who you guys are. I'm seeing some musicians here.
Well, we have Chris and Kit from Ars Nova.
Oh, hi, you guys.
Hi. They played for My Music Hangout about 2 months ago, I believe, and they're going to play again on August 7th. Is that right?
The 14th.
August 14th. Okay, we keep changing the dates up. Right. And we have Gavin Wolfe here, and he is going to play a song for us tonight.
Excellent.
Although I have to tell you, he's not happy now. When I first invited him, he was thrilled, and then he's like, "I've got to follow that, come on now." But and Gavin is going to be on our show August 31st. Is that right, Gavin?
Yeah, it is.
We changed that date a couple times too. So.
I'm saying yeah. I'm actually just trusting you. Yeah, I think.
Right. Cool.
And this is Linda Hefferman, and she is from the School of Rock. And
Hi, Linda.
Hi, you guys. I've seen your names, and I'll get there. I'll get there and interact and watch you guys. Summer is crazy for us. We have a lot of big events and a lot of moving parts and a lot of kids going in a lot of different directions, and we're a really small team, so we do a lot of different duties. But no. I really wanted to bring a little bit of what we do to your world, and we could not have done this without you guys. Again, I know I say that a lot, but it's just I really, really appreciate all the support out there, and I hope that you've gotten a little bit of a glimpse of what School of Rock is like. And that was Colleen. I tried to convince her to come on, but she's exhausted. So she's the director of marketing. She's and somebody who's made a lot of this happen behind the scenes. So
Awesome.
hopefully you guys have gotten a little glimpse of what kind of the range that we do between Gemba and AllStars, and you know, there's lots of other aspects of it. I'd love to show you, be a fly on the wall in a beginner where the kids begin. You know, these kids, most of them began as much littler kids in our program, and they've grown up with us, and you know, we just love them so much. We all become kind of like these parents of all these kids. You know, it's just.
Oh, I get it. I was a Girl Scout leader for, you know, several years and got to see the kids grow up, and you really do get it very attached to them.
Definitely. So, you know what? I don't want to hold up your music. So, we have monopolized a lot of this time here, and I don't want to take anything away from the rest of the music for the night.
Well, this was for you guys, but we appreciate our Google Plus people coming in to support. So we wanted to
absolutely
get them on the air as well.
Yeah, I'm really glad we got to hear from the music directors, because they're the ones that are in the trenches working tirelessly, and they make the magic happen in the room with the kids. And I'm really glad that you got to hear about it from their perspective. So
definitely.
Yeah. Everybody's working hard, and
well, we hope you get some rest and get some food and don't miss the bus.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, you guys. And I'm gonna be watching your hangouts very soon.
Awesome.
I can put my feet up and rest them. So
all right. Have a good night.
I think I'll sign off. So, does that work for you guys? You want me to hang out for a little bit longer? Or?
No, go sleep. Go.
Okay.
Go rest.
All right, sounds great.
Have a good night.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye, Linda.
Bye. And thank you, JBTV, by the way, too. This place has been amazing to be here. Support JBTV. It's a great partnership. They're like you. They have better equipment, maybe. You know, I mean, more tapes. And I've got some cool pictures I'll send and a little bit of video from the inside of this place. It's pretty awesome. So, and me watching like now the big bump and videos and pictures is going to come from a lot of these parents. So,
I'm sure.
yeah. All right. Okay.
Have a good night.
Rock on, you guys. Thank you so much.
Fun.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye. All right. We should probably let our musicians play.
I don't think Chris and Kit wanted to play tonight. They just came for support. Unless you guys want to pick up a guitar. It's up to you.
That'll be up to him.
Yeah, probably not tonight.
So let's
Look
just
forward
talk
to hearing Gavin play.
Absolutely. And yeah, thanks guys for all your support and for coming out tonight, and thanks to everybody in the audience. It really meant a lot to see everybody on Google Plus interacting and supporting these kids in the School of Rock and My Music Hangout and everything that everybody's trying to do. JBTV and the Love Hope Strength.org. Yeah. I keep wanting to mix those words up.
I know. I love that you're like, which one goes first? Which one goes first?
And if you change the order, then it doesn't really get you to the website.
Yeah, probably not. But it is. I mean, it is great, guys, to see musicians supporting up and coming musicians. It's so great to see that. It's really. When we talked to the when we were at Gemba and we were talking to what would be considered famous musicians, it was really interesting to hear them talk about it. The music world didn't used to be like that, and it's so great for them to see the students supporting each other, and I think it's just great that we see that on Google+. All of the musicians support each other, and to see you guys support these kids is just so incredible. I mean, if I were one of them and I saw any other musician appreciating what I was doing as a kid, it would just I think it would just make It would just make my day. So, thank you. We really do appreciate it. So, without further ado, let's let Gavin play.
Yeah, Gavin.
I was totally getting into what you were saying. I was like, yeah.
We still have a couple people watching. I've been trying to get them to come in, but it looks like nobody's biting. You know, I know how they feel. It's like, have you ever been watching a Hangout and you're like in your pajamas and, you know, then you get an invite and you're like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not putting on makeup.
All right, Gavin, what are you playing for us tonight? And this is your.
Let's see. What do you want to hear?
So
I've got some original music. I've got a song that nobody has ever heard, ever. As a matter of fact, every time it's so new, every time I play it, it's completely different. So I can do that.
You can do whatever you would like. It's your show now.
It's my show. Wow. That's cool. Okay. You know, I'm going to try this new song. And we're going to see how it goes. And who knows?
You know what? Just can you turn yourself up a little bit? I think I've turned you all the way up. And I think you could possibly be a little louder. What do you guys think?
It might be a little louder when I'm actually playing. I'm concerned because in studio mode, if I go above 0 dB at all, it starts clipping and sounding weird. So I'm trying to not hit that, because I don't actually have a hardware, what's called a limiter, which doesn't allow the peaks to go over a particular level.
You know what, can you turn yourself up a little bit? I think Oops.
Oh, hello?
I muted her. Hi, Jennifer. I hate that when I jump into a broadcast and then I don't have the video on.
I'm actually playing. I'm concerned because in studio mode, if I go above 0 dB at all,
Is that what I sound like? Is that me? Oh, wow. You know when you hear yourself like in an answering machine and you got that first few moments, it's like, is that me? Whoa. Is that me? I just kind of had that.
All right, let's all mute ourselves and let Gavin play.
Oh, can you hear my guitar real quick? Just want to make sure I set it up right in the mixer.
Yes, we can.
Nothing is sacred. Nothing is vast. Won't make you nothing. Won't make your nothing last. When the eagle, he takes flight, he has nothing. When you're sleeping at night, you have nothing. And capital gain is capital fame. But even plastic returns to the grain. Spending your life collecting things, all that and more controlling you. Material beings, nothing is true. Pretending nothing is you. Nothing is you. Nothing is you. Nothing is you. I didn't introduce the song, did I? It's called Nothing Last. I got so caught up, I was like, whoa. Collecting your thoughts, collecting your things. Organized circles, organized rings. Yes, I'd meet all your Google Plus circles, please. Bread is for daily, and thought is for sure. Nothing is revealed, nothing is pure. Spending your life collecting things, all that and more controlling you. Material beings, nothing is true. Pretending nothing is you. Nothing is you. Nothing is you. Nothing is you. In Buffalo Rome is buffalo things, dumb to nothing as material beings. Sacred is nothing, the past is nothing. I'm gonna make your nothing last. Spending your life collecting things, all that and more controlling you. Material beings, nothing is true. Pretending nothing is you. Nothing is you. Nothing is you. Nothing is you. All right, so as I said, every time I play it, it's different. So that's it's new for me too.
Fantastic. I don't know what you were worried about.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, this is the first time it's ever been performed in front of anybody. So I hope it was okay.
It was awesome. Definitely.
Thank you.
I have to ask. I know we have like no time, but I have to ask where'd it come from? How'd you come up with it?
My wonderful wife helped me write this one. It is sort of a play on words. Nothing, when people say nothing, what does it make you think of?
Nothing?
Nothing. But if you say it a little bit differently, no thing. It basically refers to
Nothing.
material things. So nothing, no thing is you. You are much more than a material thing, is basically what it's about. And so it's a play on words, and it's genius lyrics, and I can say that because I didn't come up with them.
So give us a little background on you.
On me? Wow. Okay. Let's see. I've led many lives so far, and professionally, I'm a scientist. I work at a government national lab doing high-performance computing, and now I'm trying to change the world and make it a better place using music. So, let's see. I started with music back in college, and I wish I would have stuck with it. I stopped for a period of time. We were making jokes earlier about what is it like, when you hear your own voice on an answering machine, and it kind of startles you. That's exactly what happened when I recorded myself the first time, and I tried singing, and I listened to it, and I was like, damn, is that really me? Oh my God, I'm never subjecting anybody else ever to such pain and torture. And
Well, honestly, I think a lot of people feel that way about their own voice. I cannot watch my shows. I can't watch them. Any HOA I'm in, I can't watch it. And I had to watch The Aston Family because I wanted to edit it. So I had to watch it. And I just basically decided to edit myself completely out of it. Like, just couldn't, so that I could listen to it every day.
it it always sounds different to other people, and this is one of the things that I learned when we talk. The noise comes up and it comes out of our vocal cords, and it reverberates through our brains and through our skull, and then our eardrums hear it as we hear it through our brains and stuff. And it's nothing at all what it sounds like in open air. That's why a lot of times when people, speak on a microphone and it's amplified, they have that Beavis and Butthead moment. It's like, hi, yeah, And
well, it's funny. Like I am like the most awesome singer in the shower, but so, when I was a kid, I really thought I had like an awesome voice, and I would be singing all the time. And finally, my little brother, he's like, "God, you're horrible. Will you stop? You're ruining every song." And then Then I started worrying, and then one day I did tape myself, and I'm like, "Wow, yeah, you're right."
I had the same moment. I had people tell me the same things, and I took it to heart. And I started off with guitar. Metallica and Joe Satriani were really my inspirations to pick up a guitar. The Black Album, it's just so
Here we're gonna get shut down.
I'm not gonna do any more. I promise. But that was my inspiration to picking up a guitar and picking up music, and really loved it, got into it, and then I decided, maybe I'm just not cut out for music. And I spent about 10 plus years of my life thinking that, and then at some point I said, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna grow up and actually stop being an adult about things, stop taking myself so seriously, and just screw it, I'm gonna do it because I think it's fun and I like it. And I played the acoustic guitar, picked up the acoustic guitar and played that for a while. And then at some point I said, I'm going to try to sing again. It took hundreds of dollars of vocal coaches to actually get me to sing a note. And I'm not kidding. And finally when I did it, I kind of started coming out of my shell. It took years and years. And then finally did my first performance. I wasn't kidding. 5 people in front of me and I was shaking like a leaf.
Well, you're pretty awesome in front of the camera now.
Yeah, playing at dive bars where it's a bunch of drunk bikers and you start singing them Lady Gaga and Justin Bieber songs. Yeah, that'll take anyone out of their shell.
I like what you said about
that guy was me. So if you ever wanted to throw something at him, that was me.
I agree with you though about not taking yourself too seriously. I think that's the thing. I had never been on video before Hangouts on Air. My first time I was on video was like last year. Really, and I never wanted to do it because I just, had this idea of how I should look or sound, and then I finally just one day was like, you know what? Who really cares except for me? Really, I'm the only one who's being my own worst critic.
It's funny. It's like we wake up in the morning, we're saying, we're having a bad hair day or something like that. And so the whole rest of the day, we're fixing our hair, trying to fix ourselves so we think we look better, we think we're more presentable and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, everybody else is thinking the same frickin' thing about their own hair. So it's like, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares, nobody's looking except for you. So
unless, of course, you really are having a bad hair day.
like a really bad hair day. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 10. Like, oh, honey, go fix that. Then me.
I live here in Berkeley, and half the people here are doing bad hair days on purpose.
It's funny. One of the first times I did I did an HOA, and I was all fixed up and ready to go, and my fiance says, "Are you gonna brush your hair?" I'm like, oh, "Wait a minute, I was ready."
Ouch. I had someone ask me, they were like, what do you do on an HOA when you have a bad hair day? I was like, hats. Get hats. They're going to become your best friends. Hats.
So Chris and Kit, what do you guys, when you first heard your own voices, what did you think? Did you have that same?
Yeah, I don't think it sounded like me at all.
I think that's pretty common, definitely.
Right. I don't know. I kind of don't mind it now, to be honest. It's okay. Go with what you got.
Did it take a while to get used to it, or was it kind of like oh, okay, and then you just kind of moved into it?
It took a while, and the first time I heard myself on the microphone was probably like, what, it was like a year and a half ago or something, and it was just so surreal. I mean, I just can't even describe it, but I'm sure you know, Gavin.
Beavis and Butthead moment.
It was. I just had no idea what to say. I was just like, I think I'm gonna go hide over there now.
I swear I did that.
So, Gavin, you want to play one more song, and then we'll probably call it a night.
Sure. Let's see. Should I do a cover?
I don't know. I don't know.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm so
sorry,
nervous
I
about that.
accidentally hit play on the live stream, and okay, sorry, I missed all of that. What? Repeat.
Let's wait on the cover.
Okay.
I don't want to accidentally get this event deleted. So if we end up on another event and delete that, then we'll deal with it. But you know, since this is a School of Rock thing, I want to make sure we don't accidentally get them taken down.
Okay, this is probably one of my more requested songs. It could just be the fact that it's also my oldest song. This is the first song that I performed. And so as a result, I think it's just the only one that most people know. So maybe that's why it's the only reason it's requested. And maybe it has absolutely nothing to do with people liking it. But this one is called Pearls of Darkness. Oh, luckily I don't have to read the lyrics of this one because I remember this one. Feel the valor rising higher to the sea. Watch the lies, they become obsolete. There it is, the bitterness again. I seek you out as my best friend. Fly with pearls of darkness, curving faithfully. Hear the demons as they made and play. You can taste the game of carnal beauty. See your wishes on delay. Knowledge plundered, pillaged, stable to entwine. Slithering through looking barrels, face a great incline. Caution is courageous and the jaded coward falls. Blind behind the curtains after long-awaited halls. Fly with pearls of darkness, curving faithfully. Hear the demons as they made and play. You can taste the game of carnal beauty. See your wishes on delay. Arcane foe slain by unknown hand. Love those who blanket nothing. along those who lay out the land. Stop your waiting, start your fading, your master ways. Fly with pearls of darkness, girl, faithfully. Hear the demons as they make and play. You can taste the game of carnal beauty. See your wishes on delay. And the big A minor finish.
Well, I really, really liked that one. Definitely.
Thank you.
Me too. And I'm saying that as someone that's not familiar with the music world, and I am a new listener and I like it. So it's not because it's the only song I know.
Okay, I'll trust the request. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight, and we're really looking forward to featuring you on My Music Hangout on August 31st. Yeah, we've changed it so many times, I'm starting to lose track. But we'll be posting links to the show as soon as we get the event page up. And you better start practicing, because we're going to keep you playing for probably an hour or more.
You know, once I'm on mic, sometimes getting me off is a little bit hard. So
Yeah, I've noticed that about you, actually, watching your other shows. So that's cool.
thank you so much for inviting me to perform and to sing and to share my music, especially on the end of this event. This was a fantastic opportunity for me. Thank you so much. It is really appreciated.
Well, we're very, very excited to have you, as part of My Music Hangout, and you're going to be a regular on the new Music on the Plus show that we're working on. We're making some changes, and Gavin is going to kind of be in charge of organizing an open mic. I don't even know when that is. We'll have to get the dates posted. But
Chris, Kit, I'm counting on you.
Definitely. And Ars Nova will be on August 14th, I believe we decided. We'll get that event page up. And we're excited they have some new originals to share with us. And anything, why don't you guys each feel free to post links to your stuff in the event page. But go ahead and tell us what your websites are, where we can find more out about you. You first, Gavin.
So I believe this is my first time trying to create an overlay. Is it working this whole time, or does it look backwards to you guys?
No, it's right.
It's backwards to me.
I'll show you how to fix that.
I first clicked on it. I saw it was backwards. I'm like, oh no. And then I was thinking about the whole mirror image thing and whatnot. Is it actually really smart, or am I really dumb? And so in any case, so I don't know if it's clear there, but up at the top, the URL is gavinwolfmusic.com. You can also get there by going to themusicofgavinwolf.com. Yeah, they both go to the same place. And from there, you can check out my stuff. You can connect to me. And pretty soon, you can even buy music. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. And how about you guys, Chris and Kit?
You can find links to our stuff through our Google Plus page, or you can find music on Reverb Nation and SoundCloud. Search Ars Nova.
Awesome. And I know I have a page up for you guys on My Music Hangout, and I'll be getting one up for Gavin as well. I'm going to try to make sure I have all of your links on there so people can find you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But I just want to wrap it up. I want to thank, obviously, School of Rock, the kids, the AllStars, everyone who, talked to us today. JBTV, I was just completely blown away with them. And I definitely encourage everyone to circle them, follow them, check them all out. Definitely go to lovehopestrength.org and get on the list. They're really doing some awesome stuff, helping to fight cancer. And what do you have, Alex? What else do we have?
Just circle School of Rock on Google+. We'll keep you updated with any events that they're going to be doing through there. Obviously, you can also go to schoolofrock.com. All of the events are listed there, except for not necessarily local events. So if you're interested in a local school and where they tend to perform, they do perform in a lot of local bars, local venues. Just check out the School of Rock website for your local school, and they're usually pretty good at keeping that up. Some of the schools are on Google Plus right now. They're working on getting them all into Google Plus and everything connected with Google Local, but it's taking some time. So if your school near you is in Google Plus, awesome, connect with them there. If they're not, they're working on it. So yeah, keep an eye on that. But School of Rock USA, we are there, and I share as many events as I can find. And I was supposed to do trivia for the giveaways, but we are so out of time. So this is what I'm going to do. We have School of Rock t-shirts to give away. So obviously, Ars Nova and Gavin, you guys are shoo-ins for the t-shirts. But I'm going to say the first 20 people that post a comment on the event page saying, I want a t-shirt, I'll send you all a link to a form so that we can get your information and we can get those t-shirts to you. So we're going to do it that way. Awesome.
All right, I think my dog has had enough. He's like, get off the computer, Mom. Yeah. So we're going to sign off, but we'll post links to what's coming up next, and you can find out more on mymusichangout.com. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Bye.